Hello everybody, this is Edgar Eddie Fernandez, the founder of Sufficient Limited and the creator of the Experiential Knowledge Solutions program that helps you to understand and optimize the ideas, skills, and experiences from your employees and workers to stop people get injured, reducing cost, increase performance and production. Well, the topic of today that I want to share with you, reading some articles about data, how data analysis and creativity are really influencing some industries such as the pharmaceutical industry. The R&D in the pharmaceutical industry actually is being influenced a lot by data and creativity, especially on the industry 4.0. Other industries like the financial sector, banks, financial institutions, oil and gas, absolutely, and the pioneers, the IT industry as well, since they created um, the Agile Manifesto. So everything has been generated from there. Well, what's the topic of today? Like I said, it's idea and numbers. What do these two words mean to you? So let's start it. Ideas and number actually how this means to stop people get injured or to reduce a non-conformance in quality, how to be more how to focus more on PA's preventive actions instead of than rather than corrective actions, for example, how to increase the productivity, how to get people um, get more accurate and make less mistakes. So that's the these two words are very important nowadays, and especially now how people are are thinking. Well, in your organization, let me ask you these questions. How do you make ideas and numbers relevant? And our KPIs are the only way to measure performance and innovation. So I'm saying this because frequently in safety and production, and we and cost obviously on the financial part of the company, we determine KPIs to measure performance and improvement. So in other words, we design or we determine key performance indicators, and these numbers they're gonna tell us how effective and efficient we are, we are how effective and efficient and effective are our processes and our management systems. So, but we have stopped to think. The question is, have we stopped thinking if these indicators reflect the culture of the company? In other words, we sure that the indicators that we have in our organizations are those ones that they are reflecting the current state of our cultures? Could be safety culture, quality culture, or even better, the company culture that embrace all these aspects: quality, safety, cost, production, etc. Another thing, if they reflect the current state of your compliance as well, especially in safety and quality, you're in the pharmaceutical industry, FDA, Health Canada, or any health regulatory agency in your country, really they determine that. That's the reason why. So now we let's answer these questions. Let's stop for a moment, actually. So now we're gonna see how relevant these two numbers. But let's see what other disciplines are doing to get their KPIs real. And really, I mean, when they say real, it's they are creating and designing these KPIs to reflect the current state of their market and the current state of their organization. In other words, with these keeping these KPIs align what the market is asking for, and compliance and regulatory agencies and cost reduction, etc. So how align those ones to to their company and to the market? And that is giving them the advantage to gain more business opportunities, to discover more opportunities in the market, even before that the other competitors as well. So they try to understand what's going on outside. So the only thing that they actually, especially in this era, that we are going to a digital transformation, to use a lot of technology. We use a lot of social media to communicate. We use a lot of the cell phones. Really, there are a lot of noise outside that now, especially in marketing, when you go and do market studies, so your potential customers they find when they want to look for a solution a lot of noise. And you now maybe you are asking yourself, why this guy is talking about marketing and not safety and production? Wait, because the thing that my intention is to see, we don't need to reinvent the wheel at all. The thing is, we need to copy what other disciplines and industries are doing. One of the things, for example, in safety, that I've spent 25 years, and actually there is a book called The Base Behavioral Safety: The Human Approach. In that book, I remember the author says that we don't apply management principles to safety, and that's the reason why nowadays, the last report that I have in 2017, right, we have in the United States around 3,000 fatalities. The same in Canada, around 800, and it is not either country is better than the other one. Is simple. It's the number of population, right? The U.S. have more population than Canada, but if we measure rate, there we are in the same actually. So we have lost a lot of lost time incidents in Canada, around the 1,500 cases, and recordable injuries around 3,000 cases as well. So the numbers are so high, to be honest with you. So why not to apply these principles, these management principles that actually in your company, especially you are working in a big corporation, you are applying to marketing, to supply chain, to production, to reduce costs, actually to establish capital projects in engineering, and why not in safety? So let's review marketing, because I like marketing. So one of the things that current marketers and good marketers, they do nowadays, especially in this 4th industrial revolution, they connect with customers. The other thing that they do is they analyze words and numbers. Before they were only analyzing numbers, but now especially if you have had the opportunity to answer some quizzes about new products, or what type of solutions or services you are looking for to make your life easier. For example, these companies actually, they do quizzes, and actually most of their questions now they are looking for specific answers. They are not looking for yes and no's that they use in that type of quizzes before. I had the opportunity to participate in those type of quizzes in the past. Some companies, actually a marketer, contact me several times to ask me about certain products in safety products that they can impact the safety, or the safety performance of companies in the field. And I remember he asked several questions, and few of them there was yes or no. Many of them, I would say, excuse me, 90% of the questions, they were looking for something specific. What they are doing that is very simple. The answer is they are looking for words. So the answers that you are providing, they go to a data analysis software. Actually, they do that, right? And they catch words, right? They are picking words that they're going to help them to define what type of products or services your market or your niche need. And actually, you transfer that in social media, that I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube. You see the hashtags. What is that? They are words. They are. I mean, people that like me that we use social media, so we group the videos or your content in a certain niche, in a certain group. That's the reason why there exist these hashtags. What marketers, they do the same, so they analyze words and numbers, so they see how many times certain words appear on your ancestors, and they combine creativity and data. So now, having this data, these words, they now they give that results to the company, that assessment, and the company, they can use agencies, they can use experts in digital media, they can use the copywriters, etc., to design a certain product. They can bring the manufacturing side of the company as well, to start designing that service and how it's going to impact your manufacturing process as well. So in other words, they bring a lot of people to play on the table, and start doing brainstorming pretty much in a discipline matter. I haven't seen marketers using lean manufacturing, but pretty much that the thing that they do, and when they give you to your marketing department, so pretty much now everybody start giving providing ideas to design your services or your products that they're gonna solve the problems of others in the near future. So now we want to transfer this marketing process to a factory model, actually, that you can use for quality, you can use for safety, you can use for production, increased production, you can use for many things to reduce time, for example. So if the marketers, they talk to customers, pretty much it really, they are identifying key people in the market, right, to ask these questions. Pretty much they want to know what you think about the idea, or what your needs as well. So it's not different from the factory, actually, from your manufacturing facility. So you need to connect with workers and employees, especially nowadays that there are a lot of noise. People, they say that they are so busy. Really, I don't call that busy. Really, you have a lot of noise in your head because of the cell phone, watching a lot of content in social media, plus your job, plus emails, and plus your plus dealing with situations with with your real life if you are married and you have kids, etc. So you have a lot of noise, pretty much. So if you intend to only data to use data analysis, really you are missing the other part. That is building relationships. That's the thing that they are doing. These marketers is building relationships, because they use the same type of people all over and over and over and over to get their answers. So it's the same on in a manufacturing facility. Connect with workers and employees. You need to know what are their needs in terms of how you need to make uh, workplaces safer, in compliance with different standards, codes, and regulations, not only in safety, in quality, in lean manufacturing. You have ISO, see, you have some regulatory regulations the same. You have transportation, what type of transportation you have, etc. So there are a lot of aspects on in a manufacturing or in a company that you need to know, and it's not gonna come only from data. Most of them, they're gonna come from employees. So you need to know what they are thinking and what they are performing and what type of problems they have. So you're gonna have a great picture of what's going on in your facility. Second, listen to their ideas to understand current situations. What they do, these guys. So now, okay, so now they do the quizzes, right? They do the quizzes in marketing to look for answers, for words, for keywords that they're going to help them to design the service or product that they're going to satisfy your needs or make your life easier, in other words. So it's the same. You need to be capable and able to collect and understand and optimize those ideas to understand the situation and make that situation better. And I'm not saying better because it's good, but you can prevent incidents for sure, but better in terms of production, in terms of waste, for example, wasting, all that stuff, all the elements that are a manufacturing process involved. And the last one is ideas that are the result of experiences and skills. That is I call optimization and understanding. So in all of these, there's something that is transferring from the marketing side to the manufacturing side. So we are not reinventing any wheels. The thing that we are doing here, or I'm doing here, it's actually using the same model. It's management principles from to a manufacturing facility, especially in safety and quality. Let's move on. So now the marketers, they have a very interesting words. So they have strategies. So they divide these strategies in three, especially Industry 4.0. They call isolators, idlers, and integrators. So what's in as isolator for a marketer? What the isolators actually in marketing, that's the old school would say. It's they are all data driven, and they don't actually, they use question, they used to ask questions yes and no. Pretty much that's the old school, right? And in terms of how many yeses and how many nos you got, you're gonna determine what type of services and or what type of products your market needs. But only that has been discovered that that contributes only to the 2.5% of your annual growth or your company. Really, it's not too much. It's not giving you the full picture of what's going on outside. The idlers. So now this is coming. It's after that. It's pretty much on the 90s and early 2000s. They use data analysis and creativity in separate ways. So they have the data, all this department, and then the data, the department actually, the department who's collecting the data, they was passing those numbers to the teams that they have all this creativity, right? So really, still they don't have contact with the customer. So the only one who has contact with the customer and still yes or no, or some questions that they are looking for more information, is only one group, and the group that is using the creativity, really they don't have contact with the others, and that's the group that needs to have contact, to be honest with you. These groups, they don't this type of idlers or the strategies, they don't contribute with more than 10%. Still, they're not contributing too much. However, nowadays there are integrators. On the late 2010, when this and actually when the fourth industrial revolution started in 2015, so now marketing started using this type of strategies, especially because the social media has influenced so much the way of thinking of us and the way that we are doing things. So they use data analysis and creativity together. So now the same group or two groups are interconnected each other, right? They are communicating frequently to analyze this type of analysis. So the words that they are using from conversations, they are getting from conversations, and now how they're gonna create. And actually, sometimes there are two guys talking with the potential customer or with the existing client, actually, right? And you have seen these that is called marketing and sales together. They're working together. Sorry, they're working together. Excuse me, my repeating myself. So now marketing and sales, they are working hand to hand in parallel to understand what the market needs, because at the end they need to be aligned to sell the same thing and be in the same channel and provide the same information. So that didn't happen before. And that type of strategies contribute with more than 10% of the growth of the annual growth of the company. So there is a lot of communication, a lot of creativity going on. Actually, they use creativity to design quizzes, right? To get more information, more accurate information, better understanding of this type of answers that they are looking for. So it's amazing. So now, why not to transfer this to regarding on safety and quality? So let's transfer the same scenario actually. What happened with isolator or the strategies that currently we are using in safety? An isolator strategy It's a strategy that is only on the recordable incident rate. This strategy is only driven, is RIR driven, no more than that, right? And every command, and they focus these strategies on that number. So now you have a recordable incident rate about 1, about 2, or about 1 is considered that you have pretty much you have issues in safety, and you had about 2, well, you are in troubles, right? You have that means that you are having a lot of occurrences inside of your manufacturing facility, and could be any type, right? So I leave it in occurrences. So despite of these companies are conducting incident investigations and they have safety management programs, etc., but they are driven only in RRR. So now the idle companies. So still they are in a recordable incident rate driven with hazards and risk assessments. So now they promote hazard and risk assessment. They are really identifying hazards and risk, and really treat the risk according to safety principles, but in separate ways. That's the that's the problem, right? Um, and and sometimes they have other KPIs to measure the performance, but still they are driven on recordable incident rates. Um, and and most of the times when they finish the hazard and risk assessments, they put it in the cabinets or in the electronic cabinet, right, and file and folders, and you don't read those hazard and risk assessments ever again. So there is not a feedback or using that data for training or for to communicate hazards or even to make to design workstations or other type of processes. What the integrators do? Well, now with these strategies, they are data driven, right? They are not only the RRR driven. Actually, they are not driven by that rate at all. They see the result of the rate as a consequence of many strategies. To be honest with you, and they use multiple strategies. So they conduct Kaizen blitzes. So they separate. One is your safety management program. That is and then another one is these type of strategies that they're gonna really reduce occurrences in your facility. Two things totally separated, two things totally different. So nowadays we focus too much in compliance, and don't get me wrong, you need to comply, right? But we forgot this part, right? That is to see what is the current state of your company, to see what's going on, and to reduce incidents. By actually these integrators, they use now they understand because they do Kaizen blitzes, so they use actually they form teams, they do they express ideas, they understand and optimize those ideas to make the workstations actually not even safer and productive. Because during the analysis, during the blitz or the assessment, they are finding other opportunities not only in safety that they can make really productive, like reducing waste time, reducing a better material flow, etc. So that's the reason why these integrators they are having a lot of successful that type of strategies. And normally these type of companies, there are recordable incident rate that are below 1 or even below 0.5, because really now they have a strategy that they control changes, etc. They control changes, they control they have a system to assess hazard and risk assessments. Continuously they are doing that. What else they have? Actually, they focus most on preventive actions instead of corrective actions. Really, they investigate not only the near misses, but sometimes depend of the hazard report, they decide to say, we want to investigate this one because really deserve the time and to investigate this one and find the root causes and do and then prevent some major occurrence in the future. What or now we want to transfer things to quality on manufacturing. Well, what isolator strategy means for the quality. If some occurrences happen multiple times, it's the same in safety. So you have the same non-conformance happen all over again and all over again and again and again and again, but only not in one process, in another process as well. So, and they have some non-conformant serious non-compliance issues as well. And the EDL, it's kappa driven, but in separated ways. So they do corrective actions, or until they appear again, they do the preventive, or they don't see on the same way. They try to fix the problem as soon as possible, and they forget the other part as well. Still they do it, but in a late state. Integrators, what they do, the integrators, is they have a system to control changes, assess quality risks. So they have a program, so they have systems that they can compliance with the ICH Q10, Q9, for example, and they control those ones better, and they are focused more on PAs, on preventive actions, instead of the corrective actions. So hopefully this presentation, these slides helps you a lot, how we transfer the now the management principles from using and marketing to transfer to safety. And really, we are not reinventing the wheel here. It's something that using these principles is going to help you to achieve your goals. Contact, you have a contact information. It's on. You can find my webpage and pharma-chemicalsafety.com. LinkedIn.com. Actually, it's Edgar middle name Fernandez, and my Facebook.com is sufficient. Hopefully, this video helps you a lot. Drop a comment, and hopefully, we see you on the next videos. Actually, I'm gonna make more videos about this topic, and yeah, my goal is to help you. Thank you very much, guys. I'm Edgar Eddie Fernandez, the founder of Sufficient Limited and the creator of the Experiential Knowledge Solution. If you want any questions that you want me to answer, or any topic that you want me to investigate, don't hesitate to contact me at Edgar Fernandez Sufficient, as you can see on this slide, at gmail.com. And I'm going to be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much, guys. Have an excellent day. Bye.